Canelo Alvarez's demand for $150 to $200 million to face David Benavidez seems to have hit a roadblock. The Saudis have opted to overlook this hefty price tag and instead focus on a more cost-effective option, pitting the Mexican monster against the victor of the Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev bout. According to TalkSport, His Excellency Turki Alalshik believes it's more pragmatic to match Benavidez against the Bivol Beterbiev winner, which could be interpreted as a sign that they're reluctant to meet Canelo's financial demands. By arranging Benavidez's bout against the winner of Bivol versus Beterbiev, the Saudis are securing a better deal. Essentially, Canelo's asking price is exorbitant, potentially pricing himself out of the Saudi market and jeopardizing his prospects for lucrative events in the kingdom. It appears Canelo may have underestimated the Saudis' willingness to meet his financial terms for the Benavidez fight. However, there may still be room for negotiation. Canelo could publicly express his readiness to accept a significantly lower fee to face Benavidez, which might signal his willingness to compromise on his initial high demands. As long as Canelo demonstrates a willingness to negotiate downwards, there's still a chance for him to secure a substantial payday in Saudi Arabia. Alalshik intends to match Benavidez against the winner of the Beterbiev-Bivol clash, scheduled for June 1st as part of a major card in Riyadh. It remains uncertain whether Benavidez's planned bout against Oleksandr Gvozdyk in a WBC light heavyweight title eliminator will proceed in June on the undercard of Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin. There's sufficient time for Benavidez to swiftly transition to face the Bivol Beterbiev winner in December, but facing a formidable puncher like Gvozdyk beforehand carries risks. The Saudis' assumption that Benavidez will emerge victorious against Gvozdyk in order to face the Bivol Beterbiev winner in December may prove to be a miscalculation, given Gvozdyk's skill, size, and power.
So we believe that given the opportunity for Tim to fight Terence Crawford, we'll win that fight. There's no doubt in this camp, there's no doubt in our team, and there's no doubt in our promoters. We're not here for any other reason than to take everything.
Glen Jennings, the manager overseeing the career of WBO junior middleweight champion Tszyu, expresses strong confidence in their ability to triumph over mandatory challenger Terence Crawford if the bout materializes following their upcoming defense scheduled for this Saturday, March 30th in Las Vegas.
Crawford has now put his hand up, which means technically they can try to enforce their mandatory 5 days after the fight. We have to start negotiating.
Tszyu, 24-0, 17 KOs, must emerge victorious in his clash against Sebastian Fundora, set as the headline event on Prime PPV. Following this bout, Tszyu could potentially defend his title against Crawford, unless the fighter from Omaha, Nebraska, alters his stance on facing Tszyu.
The boxing world will say Crawford's too good for Tszyu. Everyone said that up to date. 25 fights, they've all said it. So we believe that Tszyu and Terence Crawford and his people believe Tszyu is the best 154 in the world. There's credit and stock behind that. That's not talk and making up numbers.
Crawford is unlikely to deviate from this potential matchup due to the lucrative financial prospects it offers, given the absence of better payday opportunities currently available to him. However, if Canelo Alvarez were to express interest, Crawford might redirect his focus to battling the popular Mexican star for a substantial payday, though this scenario appears improbable, making Tszyu the prime candidate for Crawford's pursuit of a significant purse. David Benavidez appears significantly larger in a recent training video, sporting a physique reminiscent of a heavyweight boxer. With a noticeable spare tire around his waist, Benavidez resembles the imposing build of Tyson Fury. At 27 years old, Benavidez seems to tip the scales well above 200 pounds, possibly even reaching 215 pounds. This poses a challenge as he aims to trim down for his upcoming fight on June 15th, where he's slated to compete at 175 pounds. The task of shedding the excess weight raises concerns about potential health risks, with doubts lingering as to whether Benavidez can achieve the weight cut without endangering himself. Given his imposing stature, some argue that Benavidez's natural fighting category might be in the heavyweight division, where his size could provide a significant advantage. Nevertheless, his move up to light heavyweight sees him facing Oleksandr Gvozdyk in a WBC title eliminator, set to feature prominently on the undercard of Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin, likely to be broadcast on Prime PPV. Should Benavides emerge victorious against the returning Gvozdyk, he'll secure the mandatory challenger position for Artur Beterbiev's WBC light heavyweight title, potentially setting the stage for an undisputed championship bout. Beterbiev, the reigning IBF WBC and WBO 175 pounds champion, is scheduled to face WBA title holder Dmitry Bivol on June 1st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, in a bout with significant financial backing from the host country. Benavides eyes a lucrative opportunity, hoping for Saudi interest in hosting a future showdown between himself and the winner of the Bivol-Beterbiev clash. His decision to move up in weight underscores his belief in the potential financial windfall such a matchup could bring, emphasizing his strategic pursuit of major earnings in the sport. Former light welterweight champion Jose Ramirez will face veteran Rances Barthelemy in the main event, while Vergil Ortiz Jr. fights Thomas Dulorme in the co-feature on DAZN on April 27th in Fresno, California. Mike Coppinger reports that these two fights will be on the April 27th card, along with former super featherweight champion Joseph Diaz Jr. facing the recently knocked out Oscar Duarte. This will be the 31-year-old former WBC and WBO 140 pounds champion Ramirez's first fight since signing with Golden Boy Promotions. Ramirez, 28-1 with 18 knockouts, is coming off a 13-month layoff since his 11th round knockout win over Richard Cummey in March 2023. There's no word as to why Golden Boy Promotions is matching Ramirez against the 37-year-old former two-division world champion Barthelemy. Aside from his needing a tune-up after his year-long layoff, it'll be just the third fight for Ramirez since his loss to Josh Taylor in 2021. What's even more troubling is why is the 25-year-old Vergil Ortiz Jr. fighting Dulorme, 25-6-1, 16 KOs, who is coming off a 3-year layoff and has lost 3 consecutive fights. Dulorme last fought in 2021 and hasn't won a fight in 5 years since 2019. Why is Golden Boy matching number 1 WBA 154 pounds contender Ortiz against Dulorme rather than one of the top 15 ranked fighters at junior middleweight? Ortiz last fought in January, knocking out Frederick Lawson in the first round. After that win, Vergil should fight a higher level opponent, especially since he is the number 1 contender for WBA junior middleweight champion Israel Madramov's belt. Former IBF super featherweight champion Joseph Diaz, 33-5, 15 KOs, has lost 4 out of his last 5 fights and hasn't won since his 12-round unanimous decision victory over Javier Fortuna in July 2021. In Jojo Diaz's last fight, he was shockingly beaten by Jesus Antonio Perez Campos by a 10-round split decision last February. He'll be facing Duarte, 26-2-1, 21 KOs, who was knocked out by Ryan Garcia in the 8th round last December. Subscribe. Please like and comment. This is very important for the development of the channel. See you later.